Greetings, user. Neural link established. Ready for takeoff.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Taiko World Cup 2022, the semi-finals, kicking off with a big match today. It's going to be Australia versus Taiwan. I am vv1450805214, and Enwolf will be joining me today, casting this match. Enwolf, how are you doing?
I'm doing good, how are you? I'm excited.
Oh man, I have to be excited. Cannot wait to see my home country trying to take down Taiwan in a very critical loser bracket match, as these teams begin a very stressful week of the semi-finals pool. Two teams, two very interesting storylines that have transpired throughout the tournament. We've had Australia making a grand return, rising from the grave to push themselves almost into their personal best as they begin this loser semis week. And Taiwan, equally so, rising out of nowhere as per usual, but they are also in semi-finals. So two teams, very similar storylines. Only one will progress to semi-finals part 2. And yeah, it's going to be an exciting matchup ahead. All right. Did we see the roles?
No, but we do see a ban.
Oh, we missed the
actually
roles.
see both bans. It's Fremont 2 banned by Taiwan and Double Time 1 banned by Australia, which are the long, no, not even long, but 1-3, 1-6 combined Fremont pick, FM2, and the Streamia SV heavy Double Time 1 feeding energy.
We don't know what the roles are yet. We may find out later. But for now, we will see what will be Australia's first pick of the match. They're going to go with the nifty Fremont map, which is going to be Psych, Fremont 1.
The Streamy SV heavy anti-mod-ish Fremont map.
With an OD of 6, a star rating of 6.3, and 2 minutes and 8 seconds in length, it is going to be a nice and a spectacular way to kick off the match. Keep in mind, it is a best of 11. I don't believe that has changed for this particular week. So, first to 6 will do the trick. And if these teams cannot get there in this match, they will be knocked out of the tournament.
Indeed.
Scary times ahead. As we see Jay, Monkey D. Luffy, both stepping up. Richie and Llama also coming in to kick things off.
As always, I'm very interested to see if we're going to see Hidden Hard Work on this. Taiwan has mostly opted to never pick Hidden Hard Work on Fremont, which is why they might have banned a Fremont. Jai also not going for Hidden Hard Work this week, so we have both a regular Hidden and a regular Hard Work on both teams.
Maybe a taste of the fact that Hidden Hard Rock is getting a bit too hard to play consistently for some of these loser bracket teams.
Can't blame them on this specific map.
Alright, here we go. As the battle gets underway.
Both Taiwanese players already out dropping egg. Richie too, but Jai holding that double S with Hidden. Never mind.
Taiwan off to an accuracy deficit early on. Llama struggling a bit, hitting about 98% out of the gate in the introduction of the song. But full combo is still intact, so it's keeping Taiwan well and truly in the fight. Oh, never mind. Llama picking up some big misses in the SV. Starting to crank up. And as the battle rages on, Jay looking incredibly well. Llama dropping even more notes now. Blowing out Australia's lead to about 90,000 points in their favor. Monkey D. Luffy doing a very good job holding at 99.5% with Hard Rock. Richie trying to keep up, against Monkey Luffy, but he's being outplayed. Jay absolutely topping the lobby with a dominant 99.7% full combo that is still going strong at the 800 note.
The last full combo left now with Monkey Luffy also falling behind. Llama with that low accuracy. It's just, I don't think Taiwan can come back.
Yeah, no, Australia looking very strong here as they're coming to a finish, and Australia is going to very convincingly defend their first point.
Eight 100s, by the way.
Wow. Jay absolutely doing his preparation. You know, you don't need to play Hidden Hard Rock perfectly to score some big points. And Jay proving it right here with a spectacular first start for Australia. Richie getting only 5 misses. Well, on 37 100s.
Immediately going into Hidden 2v. Rhythmically difficult hidden map.
You know, they may say that Jazz is rad, but Taiwan is hoping to prove to themselves that Jazz is hard, and hopefully it will be their path to their first point. The OD is 6.5, 2 minutes in length. The difficulty summarizes this song very well. It's some very swaggy, wacky jazz, to put it lightly.
We see a full team swap for Taiwan. And also Eloda coming in instead of Richie.
We haven't seen a lot of this much in the tournament, at least throughout Australia's matches. But this will be a lot of time to shine. And also the client's time to shine with its machine gun noises. As Kat and Palemo also stepping up for Taiwan. Jay, the only player staying in for this next pick. All right, and here we go. We're going straight into it, and Aloda suffering quite considerably. Out the gate at 86%. Oh, he is suffering quite heavily. Meanwhile, Taiwan having some very dominant scores on their end, 98 and 99%. Jay keeping up with Palemo for the time being, but the entire score difference right now coming off the back of Aloda's underperformance in the first half of the song. Will things change in the second half?
Requires a lot to happen right now for that score gap to close.
Yeah, it's very significant, especially because you don't have that combo momentum going. You're already down at accuracy. Never good fun. Paloma has picked up a small miss, but Aloda gives it right back with a fair amount of interest. And it is looking like a runaway point for Taiwan, who are looking to also have a very dominant first pick of their own. Jay still holding.
Jai still holding that full combo.
Both playing phenomenally well, hovering at the 99% mark. Will they get caught out in the end here? Nope. Both of them looking good. And there we have it. Jay topping up the lobby with 16 100s. No, wait, hang on. Oh, yeah, no, we're good. 16 100s for Jay. Cap doing very well, getting 15, I believe 18 100s. Not too far behind, but Paloma and Aloda, two very different performances there. And that's going to give Taiwan a very easy first point. So, Australia will be next to pick.
Will they just go with 3-3?
Yeah, I think they'll do it at some point. I mean, look, Australia's had a very successful road with free mod in this tournament. Will they go for free mod 3 right now, or will they save something a little bit later? I don't know. But, you know, if Australia can maintain that level of performance throughout the match, they may be able to give Taiwan a run for their money.
We're going to see Long Wake.
Long Wake.
They want the good songs, apparently.
Okay, if my Merman numerals is correct, that's Long Wake number 9, right?
Yes.
Okay. Pass my
There's so
knowledge
many
check for
Long
the day.
Wakes. I feel like I have never heard of some too. Like I don't think I've ever seen a Long Wake 7 or 8.
Wait, there's 9 Long Wake songs? I only thought there were like 4.
That's the question. Are there actually 9? Let's check.
I don't believe it.
Well, there's a 2, there's a 4.
Okay, we know 3 exist and we know 1 exists. So what about 5, 6, 7, 8? You know, just like in that song. 5,
There's
6,
a 1, there's a
7,
3. I think 3 was in TWC.
I wonder if it's like the iPhones. You know how they just skipped... Oh no, was it the iPhone? Yeah, I think they skipped iPhone 9 and jumped straight to 10. Maybe it's like that, but Long Wake did that 4 times in a row. Don't worry, Internet Edge did the exact same thing.
It just looks nicer to have an IX instead of VIII.
True. Maybe.
Thanks, letter numbers.
Thank you, Roman numerals. But let's see, here we go. We're getting underway. The client syncing up a bit, showing to see 3 double S's and Rango behind by about 1/100. Monkey D. Luffy and Stu doing very well in this introduction. Jay and Rango picked up a fair amount of 100s in some of these streams. Here we go. The SV starting to kick up a little bit. The versus intensifying. Monkey D. Luffy will drop his double S. Rango actually improving the accuracy from the start. Oh, but he's also dropped his combo. And a wavering blow for the Australian side. Stu holding out a very dominant performance thus far.
Both Chinese players hold about 99% accuracy right now, while both Australians have dropped combo and are at 98% accuracy.
Oh man, this is not looking very good for Australia. They're down by about 60,000 points in the last third of the song. They got no combo momentum, and the accuracy deficit is quite big between the 4 players. It would be about 1.5%. On a tech map, you can make that back in one really big stream, but no, it's going to be significant, especially against the likes of Stu, who is such a dominant player. Well, Luffy has picked up a miss. Shouldn't change too much. Luffy would need to drop a lot more than that for Taiwan to lose the advantage that they've received.
But they won't, because Jai traded that miss back anyway.
Yeah. And looks like Taiwan will get a nice big breakpoint out the gate. And Stu with the 6 100s topping the lobby. Absolutely dominant on that map. Rango doing very well, as getting only 2 misses and 40 100s. And Monkey D. Luffy following that up with 21 100s and 2 misses only. But that last KI time absolutely was not fun for Jay.
Taiwan's not wasting time, they're going straight to the fast double time pick. 300 BPM, dual breaker, XX.
XX for 20 or XX for widespread dual breaking? We will find out. OD of 5+ and a length of about 1 minute and 40, if I recall, it was 1 minute 30. It's a very short song at 300 beats per minute. Very fast too.
I'm very interested to see the performances. There's going to be some tricky rhythms actually in the speed map, which is unusual for the slot. But it's also, in quotations, just OD5.
Just.
So, Egg might not be as difficult to achieve as last week on Clock Strikes.
But it is much faster. And, you know, especially when you get to semifinals and finals, you got to be able to have that speed to compete in the double time. Otherwise, we'll be left behind. But here we go. Speed doing very well for Taiwan as Rango has picked up an early miss. Jay following up with a miss of his own. Extremely good for Taiwan. Taiwan has a nice double S from Stu. And Cap well supporting that double S with a 99.5% of his own. Going to the Ki time. Stu and Cat just look absolutely unscathed.
Yeah, we're halfway through the map and there's a 100,000 score lead at the moment for Taiwan. With two ridiculous performances.
By two players who have still holding their full combos. And as they go to the ending here, Rengar and Jay desperately trying to keep up. But the Taiwan players are breaking away from them in synchronized fashion. Oh, but Cat picking up a lot of 100s there. Hitting that stream a little bit too late, but not enough to break the combo. And Taiwan's going to get a nice victory. A solid defense on their part. Two double S's. Only 23 100s collectively between the two of them.
That's less than any individual Australian player achieved. Unfortunate. But it was my one pick. We're going to see Hard Rock 2, the slider velocity heavy Hard Rock map. We're getting to see a lot of SV.
Oh man, they're going with Foresight.
Yeah. With how much slide velocity we're seeing, could we see Nomad 5? Eventually.
Eventually. Now, Australia picking this map. OD of 10. Well, it's 9.8, which is effectively 10 in taiko. 2 minutes and 55 seconds in length with a BPM of 165. Australia going with Hard Rock 2 in the hopes that they can foresee their own victory and get themselves on the second point. Monkey D. Luffy stepping back in. Meanwhile, Richie stepping back in for Australia. And here we go. Monkey D. Luffy picking up some 100s out the gate. As the relatively straightforward introduction kicks in. But do not be fooled, because things escalate in difficulty very quickly. Monkey D. Luffy suffering some significant act drops. It's allowing Australia to build up 10,000 points in their favor. Approximately 10 to 15 100s. I'd say more around 10 in their favor. Jay with the double S as well. Absolutely phenomenal start for him. Cat's trying to keep up. Doing very well, actually. 99.1% out the gate.
But we're heading to the harder parts of the map. So I'm curious to see how the accuracy will shift.
Exactly. And it's shifting very quickly as Richie picking up a combo drop, but he suffered a lot of 100s trying to keep that alive. Luffy also suffering as well. The lead flickering now back and forth. Taiwan looking like they're getting the edge for the time being. But there's still more to this Ki time as the ninja finish is coming in. And Richie missing right before he gets to the end of the section. Taiwan going to get a very small amount of combo momentum going. Jay and Kat emerging from that alive with their combos intact. And now they can just rest.
Did Jai even still hold it at 99% accuracy?
And they can both rest easy as they recharge for the next section of the song. But let's see, can Taiwan hold on to this? It's a very small lead, 20,000 points. Here comes these wavy streams. Everybody looking very good. Taiwan looking more inconsistent in the 100 count. As the notes rage on, Jay's combo drops, and Taiwan's now out in a significant lead. Combo momentum in their favor. Nothing to worry about accuracy-wise. It looks like Australia is going to be suffering a second breakpoint. And just like that, Taiwan should emerge victorious from here, and they will be up 4-1. There we go. Just shy of 2 million points. A very respectable result as Kat emerges as the sole survivor. The only full combo intact. A very respectable 98.67, which is very hard to get, especially on a technical map like that with a fair amount of SV in it. On OD10.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And from one speed pick to another, Taiwan is picking Nomad Frey.
Going with the taiko mashup.
Very dense, much denser than Double Time 2 was, but also 260 BPM.
2 minutes and 30 seconds in length. Beats per minute of 260. It is one of the fastest that you will find in the Nomad pool. And in the map pool as a whole. Although this song is incredibly, what do you call it? Beat amplified? Maybe a little bit difficult to hear. But if you can muffle out the silent noise, you can get some very good consistency on a map like this. But keep in mind, it is OD of 7.3. 7.3, not the lowest in Nomads. Certainly not the highest. So I don't expect to see too much of a double S battle. At least within this particular matchup. Yes. The words are somewhere. As the words and the song gets underway, Taiwan looking to defend this pick, prevent Australia from getting any sort of momentum back in the match at all. You want to lock it out nice and early before any craziness occurs. Australia holding up very strongly at the start here.
But Kat still holding a double S on Taiwan's side.
He's no longer holding on to that double S, but Taiwan's going to need a drop in order for Australia to take the lead, but Rango will be the player picking up the first drop here. Off the song.
Oh, getting another 1.16 burst.
Yeah, suffering quite a fair amount of misses. Allowing Taiwan to slowly match up an advantage. Jay also picking up a miss himself. And Taiwan now looking well and truly out in front. They got that max combo momentum between the two players. They got a 99.9% accuracy between the both of them. Getting an S for consistency right now between the both of them. big finishes. Not facing the players at all. Rango trying to hang on in there.
This is the moment when I'm a lower bracket team watching this right now, that I would get very scared.
Oh no, yes, certainly. Especially when you have to find a, 4 maps back to back to back, and Taiwan's getting control of 2 of those picks. Yeah, I would be pretty scared at this point. Especially when you see such a dominant team like Taiwan, who, despite getting knocked into the losers bracket early, has shown formidable class getting into the quarterfinals and in the semifinals match. Cat's the only player left with a full combo. Wow. Topping up the lobby as well with only 14 100s to his name. And Stu, 5 100s and 4 misses. Was looking far more accurate. Had it not been for those misses near the very end.
We're going to see the potential final pick of the match. But of course, Australia's hoping to take a win on no mod 5.
Alright. Australia's going to test Taiwan's preparation. Traveling back in time to 2015's favorite car audio system. I don't know how many of these people were playing back in 2015. Probably a few, actually. But of course, the map itself, gimmick map, OD of 6.5, mapped by Kin 5050. 2.5 minutes in length. There's a fair amount of gimmicks present in the song, but the most predominant gimmick that you'll notice in this track is one that requires memorization. Players will hit several, blocks of notes, about maybe 15 to 30 notes in length. And they're going to have to memorize it and repeat it back with opposite colors. So if you see notes that just suddenly disappear and don't come back for a while, they're just relaying the sequence with the opposite color set. Put that out there because it's going to be a repeated gimmick throughout the song. This map is... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what did you want to say?
No, I was just going to say that this map definitely does favor the bold in terms of preparation.
Yeah, if you can ever be prepared for this map, it's on a whole another level compared to gimmick maps from the past.
Yes. Also, the music's questionable, but that questionable status does not matter in Taiko World Cup because if you can play the notes, you can win. Except when it comes to Japan, the world's been trying to figure that out for about 8 years. Going on the 9th. But here we go. Let's get underway. As Smallwoo will be stepping in for the first time for the Taiwanese side. And Monkey Luffy also making his stand. Alright, here we go. This is the most tame section of the song.
Yeah, this is where the players have to get combo and accuracy, because when we get to the memorization parts, that's where we're going to see misses.
Exactly. And we love seeing misses. No, I'm just kidding. We want to see some good performances. And everybody actually starting off very strongly in this first section. Unfortunately, Richie is the first player to pick up a miss, which is not good for Australia. Richie is the only player in the lobby picking up some misses, but Monkey Luffy also starting to drop, but not as hard as Richie is. He struggles to find the flow in the song. The pressure, the nerves, the stress slowly, unfortunately, affecting him, and that's hurting Australia's chances here. Both players on the Australian side getting a combo reset there. Smallwoo looking well and truly prepared. Only player left on the full combo. This finisher heavy section, not phasing in the slightest. Also, this map might be pretty hard. So, it only gets more difficult as the song progresses as well. As we go into the second half. So will Smallwood maintain dominance, or will Smallwood start to see a bit of setback? We'll see. Monkey Luffy doing very well to keep up on the accuracy at 98%. Jay actually topping the lobby at 99.2. Only picked up, I believe, only one miss. Let's see, here we go. Can Australia close in on the 100,000 point gap in the finale here? But Richie, unfortunately, picking up some more misses, struggling a fair bit.
What's the Taiwanese team doing? How even?
Oh man, yeah, Luffy picking up some misses in the quiet section, but Smallwoo, look at her, they're going very well. Oh no, Smallwoo has picked up a miss. Oh, one gimmick too much. Right at the very end too.
Of a final memorization pattern. But that's a 6-1 victory for the Taiwanese team.
Yeah, pretty much. That's going to wrap up the match very quickly in 6-1. Whole thing finishing in just over half an hour. Taiwan just had a very good start, getting the first, point on the board after Australia avoided the sweep. And then Taiwan just dominated the rest of the match. GG, well played for Taiwan. They will be moving on to the second half of semifinals, and they will be playing tomorrow against the winner of
Sweden and Brazil, the very next match we're going to see. So we don't have to wait long to see who they will be playing against. They might even be playing in just 3.5 hours. I think Brazil wins. Because that match is today.
Unfortunately, Australia will be making its exit in the tournament, finishing in semifinals 1. A very formidable result for the Australian side. Happy to see them coming out and playing. And they will now return to their slumber for another year. But looking at the rest of the bracket, we have plenty of exciting matches in this week. Looking at the losers bracket first, we have Sweden, Brazil, who will be playing next in a few hours from now. The USA and Indonesia playing on the other half of the loser bracket. Great Britain, Canada, only out of those 4 teams, one will emerge into finals week, which will be very exciting to see over the next day and a half. And in the winners bracket, we have our last 4 teams. Japan, number 1 seed, going against Hong Kong, number 4. And number 2 seed, South Korea, taking on number 3 seed, Germany. Very exciting matches to see throughout this weekend, and I hope you guys are in for the ride as everything unfolds over the course of the next 2 days. So, looking ahead to the schedule, as we said, Sweden and Brazil will be taking place in about an hour from now at 13 UTC. And then we will have Canada, Great Britain at 18 UTC. And that will be all the matches, I believe, for the first day, when then we will return on the second day to see USA, Indonesia, Korea and Germany, Japan, Hong Kong, all that tomorrow, and of course, the other loser bracket matches that will be played later on. And Wolf, do you have anything you want to say before we wrap things up?
I want to remind everyone that you can buy banners for your favorite team on the O store. There's still lots of time left to support your favorite team. And don't forget, if your favorite team wins, the team you support with a banner, you get to keep it for a whole year on your profile.
Exactly. So that's going to be it. Head over to the Yosu store, $2.50 USD. We've still got a few weeks left. A week or 2, I think. We don't know when we usually end these things, but plenty of time still to go ahead and give your support. So that's going to be it for this match. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to Taiko World Cup 2022 for the semifinals weekend as we kick off an exciting set of matches. I am vv1450805214 signing off with Denwolf. And we will see you all later as Taiko World Cup 2022 semifinal weekend kicks off.